The Room That Answered Back. Chapter 1. The Quiet Life I Pretended Was Enough. My name is Clara Finch. I was 28 years old, and most people thought my life was peaceful. I lived alone in a small 2-bedroom house at the edge of a calm neighborhood. Trees lined the street, dogs barked only in the evenings. Nothing dangerous ever seemed to happen here. I worked remotely as a content editor. I fixed articles, corrected grammar, and rewrote stories that were not mine. My job paid just enough to survive, not enough to feel safe. Every morning I woke up alone. Every night I went to sleep alone. I told myself this was freedom. But freedom can feel very empty when no one says your name out loud. Some days I didn't speak a single word. I typed messages, sent emails, nodded at delivery drivers, but my voice stayed unused. At night, the silence felt heavy, like it was pressing against my chest. Money became a problem slowly. Bills arrived one by one, calm but demanding. I counted numbers again and again, hoping they would change. One evening, after checking my bank balance for the 3rd time, I whispered, "I can't keep doing this." I had a spare room. It had been empty since I moved in. I avoided the idea for months. Sharing my space scared me, but loneliness scared me too. That night, I opened a rental app. I typed carefully, "Quiet home, clean room, short stays preferred." My finger hovered over the screen for a long time. Then, I pressed publish. I sat back and stared at the wall. I didn't know it then, but I had just invited something into my life that would never fully leave. Chapter 2. The Man Who Sounded Normal. The message came the next afternoon. A man named Noah Reed wanted to stay for 5 nights. His profile picture showed a simple face, brown hair, soft eyes, nothing alarming. His message was polite and short. "I work remotely, I need a calm place, and I respect privacy." He paid immediately. That alone made me feel relieved. I told myself, not everyone is dangerous, most people are just people. Still, that night, I double-checked my locks. Chapter 3. When the Door Opened. Noah arrived exactly on time. He stood outside with one backpack and a small suitcase. He smiled gently and said, "Thank you for letting me stay." His voice was calm, not loud, not nervous. I stepped aside and said, "Come in." The moment he crossed the door, the house felt different. Not bad, just changed. He didn't look around too much. He didn't ask many questions. "I won't disturb you," he said. "I'm grateful." That word, grateful, touched something soft in me. That night I cooked pasta for myself. I offered him some. He accepted quietly. We sat at the same table, not talking much, but not uncomfortable either. For the first time in months, I didn't eat alone. Chapter 4. The Comfort of Another Breath. The next few days felt strangely calm. Noah stayed mostly in his room. I heard typing sometimes, soft music sometimes, footsteps moving normally, not secretly. He always greeted me. "Good morning, Clara." "Good night." Hearing my name felt strange and warm. One evening he said, "Living alone can make the world feel smaller." I looked at him and nodded. "Yes," I said. It does. He didn't ask more. I liked that. Chapter 5. The first uneasy feeling. On the third day, something small happened. His phone rang. He looked at it. He didn't answer. It rang again later. Again, no answer. I told myself it meant nothing, but later that night I noticed something else. His suitcase was always closed. His backpack was always with him. He said he worked remotely, but I never saw his laptop open. When I casually asked, he smiled and said, "I work offline." That answer didn't make sense, but I didn't question it. Not yet. Chapter 6. Questions that felt too personal. The next morning, Noah asked me something that made my stomach tighten. "Do many people know you live alone?" I paused. "Not really," I said. He nodded slowly. "Being unseen can be peaceful, but also dangerous." I laughed lightly to hide my discomfort. That night, I locked my bedroom door for the first time since he arrived. Chapter 7. Sounds in the house. I woke around 2 a.m. I heard slow, careful footsteps. I sat up and held my breath. Then silence. The next morning, Noah smiled like always. "Sleep well?" he asked. I nodded, but my heart didn't. Chapter 8. The call that changed everything. On the fourth day, my phone rang while I was working. Unknown number. I answered. "Hello, this is Noah Reed. I'm calling to confirm my spay next week." My blood got cold. "What?" I whispered. The man sounded confused. "I booked a room. Is this Clara?" I ended the call. I sat frozen. Someone else was sleeping in my house. Chapter 9. When Fear Learns Your Name. That evening, I watched Noah closely. He noticed. "You seem distracted," he said calmly. I forced a smile. Later, I locked myself in my room and whispered, "You need to leave." But when I tried, he was already standing in the hallway. "You figured it out," he said softly. My heart pounded. "Who are you?" I whispered. He tilted his head. "Someone you needed to meet." Chapter 10. Running into the night. I didn't wake. I pushed past him. I ran, barefoot, crying, screaming. Neighbors came out. Police arrived. When they entered my house, Noah was gone. No bags, no clothes, no proof. Only silence. Chapter 11. The Message. The next day, while staying with a friend, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. "You trust easily." I dropped the phone. Chapter 12. Living with the Echo. Weeks passed. The police found nothing. But sometimes my phone buzzed. Sometimes my doorbell rang with no one there. Sometimes I heard footsteps in my dreams. I moved houses, changed numbers, but the fear followed. Chapter 13. Choosing to live again. One morning I looked myself in the mirror. I looked tired, but alive. I whispered, "He didn't take me." I started therapy. I spoke again. I stopped hiding. The fear didn't disappear, but it stopped controlling me. Epilogue. The room is empty now. My spare room is locked now, not because I'm afraid, but because I choose who enters my life.
Silence still exists, but it no longer owns me. The end.